Hello everybody, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, my name is Maya, and in today's video, it's for my king. It's for my kings, and I know I haven't said that in a while, and it's because it's true, and it's because I told you I'm keeping y'all on track with this whole semen retention thing. But listen, y'all, not a lot of people are talking about this principle upon semen retention. It's all about retaining your semen to gain some sort of inner knowingness, inner alignment, inner awareness, which is all true and which is all a direct reflection of what semen retention will do for a man, especially when you have that intention of doing it for the greater good of who you are and what you are capable of achieving. Because a lot of men are giving their energy away to things that are depleting them and their masculinity, that is not allowing them to access greater drive towards their purpose, rather to keep them stuck in perpetuation of self-depletion. Which is why this topic is very, very important, and which is why I will continuously talk about it. Because that's what we're in right now in today's day and age, y'all. This is an ancient practice that they did thousands and thousands and centuries ago. And it's about time we awaken back inside our power. Power is not found outside of ourselves, through things, through women, through accomplishments. No, it's a direct reflection of the power that has been created inside of you from having enough of the shit. Mostly. That's one solid principle upon being a human being, is having contrast in our lives to further clarify where we are wanting to go and what we are desiring out of this life. Why are you keeping yourself in a state of mind that prohibits you from even becoming attuned to your greatness, attuned to your masculinity, empowered in a society feeding off of your depletion? Now, I don't know how long you guys have been doing this for. Maybe it's a long-term thing. Maybe it's a short-term goal. Maybe it's to overcome some sort of addiction. All are valid. All are valid. For semen retention is just a way for you to acknowledge the man that is behind an urge, a lust, a thought. All just barriers of meeting the king. The king is you. The king knows the way. The king knows how to lead. Do you know why? Because he's mastered a crucial component of himself, which is putting the greater good of him and his components, people in the kingdom, of higher importance than a short-term need, want, or desire. A king would not be a king if he is constantly seeking something outside of his kingdom. Or it would not be a kingdom, for the kingdom has all he needs. Now, what I want to touch on today that I do not hear anyone talk about is the true mastery of semen retention. And it doesn't come from how long you hold your semen in, like you may think, like men may tell you. It's not the case. If you really want to test yourself, test what you've gained upon this path, it's actually during the climax to God. And are you able to meet God after the climax? Or do you plummet back down to a weakened mind that can become activated as well the more you practice semen retention? A lot of men find great power within this act, and I don't discount that. But after, let's say you relapse, that's the test of the warrior upon this path, is what you do after that, how you treat yourself after that, what story you tell yourself after that. If it is one of diminishment, of fear, of unworthiness still, you've made zero progress within this time. Zero. It is when you allow yourself to build this energy up and to be in such alignment to thy spirit, for it will guide you. And let me tell you this, sometimes your spirit will guide you to a relapse, to a release, to greater clarify upon you the progress you have made mentally. For this is what semen retention is. It is the mastery of the mind. And how can you know you mastered the mind? When things of the past that have made you uncomfortable don't have power over you anymore. So I'm sick and tired in this community telling men that if they accidentally relapse, whether it be with an actual woman they love, or whether it be by themselves masturbating, and if they are actually doing a release out of love and integrity, that is not something to put shame on men anymore. We are in this together. And sex and sexuality is not something to be suppressed. And I see this a lot in the semen retention community. And that's not the point of it. The point of it is to regain control of yourself, to become the master of the mind and these energies, so they do not control you. But if you find yourself in a low point or within a relapse, and you can't get back up, and you can't look yourself in the mirror as a king still, you are not in the seat of thy king. You're not. This may be a little harsh. I don't mean to come across this way, but it's just something I really want to touch on. Is when you do relapse, when you do find a woman maybe you want to release your seed into, are you wrong for that? No, you are not wrong for that. You are then in those moments testing yourself upon your studies of thyself during this time. Now, I'm not promoting a relapse. I'm not promoting going and releasing your seed. But if it is truly within the alignment center of God, don't be scared of that call. There will be no such thing as a punishment when you are in control as the punisher. Stop punishing yourself for the desire of having connection, of wanting to feel intimacy. But here's the thing, y'all. Intimacy is not sex. And this is why semen retention is so important for men, because you are forming intimacy within yourself, for actually seeing yourself and these energies within for the very first time. And the power that will have within your relationships is profound, because you will not be viewing relationships and intimacy upon what the bedroom life is like. It's a byproduct of how deep you are willing to go within yourself, so you can see another person in their depth. If you're afraid of releasing, if you feel depleted after your energy has been released out of the body, you have not mastered semen retention. You're being closeted within your own mind. God is not afraid of sex or releasing his seed. God is within every single here and now moment. So why are you putting God out of the equation of your relapse? The evidence is within how you handle yourself in moments your past versions were depleted. Have you risen to the occasion of being able to keep your sexual energy still within, even if you release? Even if you release, you have an infinite supply because you're not cutting yourself off from it. You think you're cut off from it when you do a relapse, when you release your seed. When you are actually walking on the path of inner alignment and inner attunement, a relapse will not cause destruction within the mind or your outside circumstances. If it does, it is showing you where you are still not in allowance to the sacredness upon what a relapse means, of what a release means. What energy are you coming from, you guys? It's all about that. That is what is important. Is what is the energy behind the release. If it is coming from inner alignment and adjustment into spirit, it will leave you in actually a higher calibration from when you started. It will leave you climaxed to God. You won't plummet anymore, even if you release, if you've truly mastered the sexual energy. And again, y'all, I'm not saying bust your nuts. I'm not saying that. But I'm saying the test is truly within when you bust your nut. You'll know how far along you have come on this journey when you no longer fear this energy. But this energy fears you. For you have completed the cycle of depletion. For there is no depletion within the energy that is existent. It's being transmuted into power. And until that time, stay on semen retention. Harness this energy. Allow it to find in yourself the areas where you are still holding fear. Fear of knowing thyself in truth and depth. For that is intimacy. Intimacy with spirit. And when you are intertwined in the realms that sex provides, or even sacred masturbation provides, you will be left with nothing other than alignment. For that is what that act is there for. But when we misuse it and abuse it, we will feel the repercussions of it. Stop holding fear upon sexuality. That is not the point of semen retention or celibacy. It's to know yourself in greater truth and to prove to yourself you are worthy of your own love. To master the mind, to master your urges, and to develop discipline are the very things that are needed upon human beings right now. I love you guys. And I wanted to bring this video onto YouTube because I don't hear anyone talking about it. But it's something that's very true to me and something I want men to know is to stop holding fear upon your very own power. Your very own power. Start mastering whatever experience that comes your way to guide you back inside of the King who serves the day. I love you guys. I bless you. And I hope this video helped you guys in some regard. And I will see you in my next one. Bye.